Okay, quick Thursday morning radar update. So, pretty solid action the last few days. Obviously, risk on, FTSE 250, small caps, that painfully sort of tedious overnight gap, drift into the close, what kind of catches most people out. And you look back after a week and then you go, oh, what happened there? The market's just drifted higher. FTSE 100, huge move here, and a little bit of back and fill. It's below the previous day here. One market does not make a trend. Big move in the DAX, bit of a round trip yesterday, and obviously after a big, huge gap up here as well. After a big day, expect an extremely tedious range-bound day, and that's what we got yesterday. We always expect that after a big move. Been watching these for over a decade, every day. See it over and over and over again. So, crude trying to break out. Metals just bumbling along today. They're a little bit soft today. JLP's come out with some news, actually some production news, so a little bit of open interest on that. Let it back and fill, and then we'll see if we get a bit of interest as the day goes on. Let's quickly have a look what's going on in TLT, just going sideways there. Just look at the dollar bull. It's my preferred way of looking at the US dollar. And let's just have a look at cable as well, just bumbling around, trading sideways basically. You could expect some back and fill and sideways sort of on that, even if it is going higher. It wouldn't surprise me just to see some back and fill is basically what I'm saying there. So pretty normal action. Let's just jump straight into those volume leaders today. It is nearly 10 o'clock. We should have traded 22% to be on average volume. That will be about 34% to be on conviction. 22%. We've had though it's a short week, we've had pretty good numbers the last 2 days. And, the last 4-5 trading days, it's just filled in a bit, hasn't it? We've seen all the investment trusts start to hit the volume screen, and as money flows into the market, is that the start of the month effect? It could be, but take my brain out, trade the right hand edge. Just buzz through these and then we'll get in the small caps and see what's moving. KMR, you can throw that in the basket with the other ones. I'm trying to think what the other ones are. TH. Let me just. They've all got plenty of gas in the tank. These miners, not all of them, but if you're looking in the large cap GTRS in the chart, you'll see that the Rio Tintos and BHPs, they're all trading towards great sort of numbers. You can't deny that. The longer it continues, the better it is. And into the small caps. Excuse me. Still struggling. What did I say? 22%. Yeah, I mean, not super high volume, but there's a fair few on volume today. Obviously, Michelmersh looks like a news day there. Michelmersh, it's a tick back up in its numbers, but it's kind of a lower high in its numbers. So it got smashed down in last year's posted numbers. Not smashed down, but well, yeah, smash down in some of them, by the looks of it. And from 6.9 to 10.4 to 6.9, and ticking back up to 9.5 in the pre-tax, and that's kind of a lower high in the numbers if you look, and the turnover is actually a higher high in the numbers, and the same with the earnings per share. So it looks pretty good. It doesn't trade great, does it, this stock? It's been good to me in the past, but not really seen a really nice entry. Lit, bit rear view for us, you know. It was bumbling around in the sort of the entry area for a long time. The zone of interest. Go and read the share scope tutorial if you're interested in that. Excuse me. No forward, no forward. Every day, run these screens repeatedly, just turning over stones, looking for the next earnings cycle, growth cycle. Got no forward on this. I can see it's got some news on it today. Let's have a look. So, not that it's got any gas in the tank. It's got a, you know, it's got a story in the tank. It can go a long way on a story. As we know, this was the little base on Sol Gold, what we looked at. The way gold's acting at the moment, you know, when we see the gold stocks hit the screens en masse is when the gold move en masse begins. At the moment, we've just got that move from that area. So what am I trying to say here? A lot of these gold stocks, what are making little pops, they will probably do a lot of back and fill in on the journey, even if they are going higher. UPGS, fantastic, continues. Virtue does as well, and you know, I know I hate these low margin car dealers, but I don't hate them, but you know, you can't argue. They do trade towards growth once in a while, and though it's not knock it out of the park, it, you know, it does help the trend. No, speak of the devil, there's turn. And it is a POS. I was just chatting with Gary about it on Twitter. Yeah, I won't rub the salt in the wounds on that one. So, not much jumping out there. Bit of continuation. We've got some good moves in the account today. It's nice to see CLG and CER are trying to sort of, well, trading new highs, aren't they, today? Not that it's big moves or anything. But JLP, yeah, anywhere in the right hand side, normal action, as we always say. Expect it before it happens. It's already traded a pullback. It could still, you know, come in further. Who knows? But I think it's trading towards some good stuff. I am talking my own book. Do your own research. And let's quickly just go and have a look at gold today. So it's actually better looking at the gold on GDX. So this was just such a big line in the sand. The last time we had across the board gold stocks to ride was everything based out. You know, gold looked horrible. Everything, but you look at all the large cap miners and that, they all based out around this area here. In time, I'm talking in time. So if you go back to the end of 2015, you will see all the miners. I actually I won't go there. So though you don't really see it in the gold price, that the actual all the gold stocks set up here as gold was consolidating after this big pop. All the gold stocks set up. They could have set up here as well, but there was a run of gold stocks, and what we've got like the first thrust. We'll see how gold acts, and then you might get a run of gold stocks, and basically, when gold consolidates, the gold stocks will. I should have showed you that in the gold composite, really. I suppose that little. This was the gold. When gold did that after its first thrust higher, all the gold stocks set up, and then they did an almighty move. It's amazing that that's a year ago now, isn't it? So I will just reverse that up again, and I will just say, hang on a minute, I'm looking at the wrong bit of chart. This is the bit of chart, sorry. Gold did this, you could say this little pullback here, all the gold stocks set up. And you can screen for that actually. Oh, I'll just move my. You can screen for between this high, set a screen in ShareScope or whatever platform you use from the 2nd of the 5th, the high on the 2nd of the 5th, 16, and then maybe go to the low here, and then just have a look at all the gold stocks and see what they were doing, or do it between these two highs and just go and have a look at the gold stocks, and you will see all the setups we trade were in there. There was like mini bases on strong ones, there was swing trades on the leaders, on the main market ones, and en masse they all hit the screens, and over and over again. I remember back in 2011-12 it was the same. Going a bit far back there, aren't I? But the gold stocks moved out, and they also had a move, didn't they? We traded them again after the market crash. No, we didn't. It was, I'm trying to think when we traded them last. I think it was before, wasn't it? It was kind of coming out of that pullback just before Christmas in 2018 maybe, or 2019, whatever it was. En masse, they all set up again then. So it's how they work, the gold stocks. They all set up, they all have a move. You trade in the stocks, not really. The gold price is something a little bit different, what can work on lower time frames, but the stocks can trend on the higher time frames when they're all in the screens, when they're all ready. So what am I trying to get at here? I'm dragging this out, I'm going a bit long-winded and showing a few examples where you can go and back test that. Basically, if this is the start of a new trend, you don't see many trends what go straight in a straight line and don't pull back. It might consolidate, and then you might see, if you see the gold stocks hit the screens, it means the big players are moving the gold stocks, and there could be across the board move ready. That's what I'm trying to get at. Okay, I will leave it there. A little bit off piece, that one, wasn't it?